Presidential Proclamation, Invocation of the Alien Enemies Act regarding the invasion of the United States by Tren de Aragua, March 14, 2025. Summary Overview. This proclamation, issued by President Donald J. Trump, invokes the Alien Enemies Act, 50 U.S.C. Sections 21 through 24, to authorize the apprehension, detention, and removal of certain Venezuelan nationals associated with the Tren de Aragua, TDA, a violent transnational criminal organization, now officially designated a foreign terrorist organization, FTO. The core claim is that TDA is actively invading the United States, committing irregular warfare, and working with the Venezuelan Maduro regime to undermine U.S. sovereignty and public safety. Key components of the proclamation: national security threat and justification. Tren de Aragua, TDA, is described as a violent criminal and terrorist organization from Venezuela. TDA is engaged in murders, kidnappings, extortion, and trafficking, drugs, weapons, and people. Closely aligned with the Cartel de los Soles and the Maduro regime, accused of intentionally using mass migration to infiltrate the U.S. The proclamation declares TDA's presence in the U.S. an invasion and a form of irregular warfare. In December 2024, Interpol Washington stated that TDA is a significant threat due to infiltration through migration flows. Foreign Terrorist Organization designation. On February 20, 2025, the U.S. Secretary of State officially designated TDA as a foreign terrorist organization, FTO, under 8 U.S.C. Section 1189. Invocation of the Alien Enemies Act. Using the Alien Enemies Act, AEA, a law dating to 1798 that allows the president to act against nationals of hostile nations, the proclamation empowers the federal government to identify and target alien enemies. Applies to Venezuelan citizens aged 14 or older who are members of TDA, are in the U.S., and are not U.S. citizens or lawful permanent residents. These individuals are deemed engaged in hostile actions, a danger to public safety, ineligible for legal protections granted under the AEA. Operational directives. Attorney General must, within 60 days, issue a public letter establishing this policy. Send it to Federal Judiciary Leadership, all state and territorial governors and chief judges. Enforcement actions. Immediate apprehension, detention, and removal of affected individuals. Law enforcement at all levels, federal, state, local, tribal, must collaborate. Property associated with TDA can be seized and forfeited. Detention and removal guidelines. Alien enemies shall not be allowed to enter or remain in U.S. territory. Can be detained indefinitely until removed. Can be removed to any location designated by federal authorities. The Attorney General and Secretary of Homeland Security must use all legal tools and resources to carry out this directive. May issue further guidance or regulations to implement the order. Can authorize agents at any level of government to assist in enforcement. Jurisdiction and applicability. The order covers all U.S. territory, including land and waters, continental and insular, e.g., territories like Puerto Rico or Guam. Applies to any alien enemy found within U.S. jurisdiction. Legal and political implications. Supporters may argue the order is necessary to counter a growing threat from transnational criminal organizations. It exercises lawful powers under the Alien Enemies Act to protect U.S. citizens. It enables rapid national security responses to infiltration via mass migration. Critics may argue the proclamation drastically expands presidential powers under an old, rarely used law, could lead to mass detentions or deportations without due process. Targeting based on national origin and association could raise constitutional and human rights concerns. The definition of invasion may be legally or factually debatable. Final takeaway. This proclamation marks a major escalation in immigration and national security policy. By classifying a foreign criminal organization's activities as an invasion and invoking the Alien Enemies Act, it provides the legal framework for the broad detention and deportation of Venezuelan nationals linked to TDA, potentially bypassing standard immigration and criminal proceedings. If implemented aggressively, this could lead to sweeping enforcement actions, affect thousands of people, and provoke both legal challenges and political debate. Subscribe for more!